This may seem like a very familiar setting, sir, but I assure you, I really don't have any more space in the house. Okay, hi, I'm from grade 10, and today I am going to be explaining and showing partly, just how much I can, the application of gas laws, and specifically Charles' law in real life, in a realistic, hopefully realistic situation. It is realistic, not hopefully, it is. Just not to me, because my scenario includes being in Canada, and I'm not in Canada. Picture me this, riddle me this. Let's say, right? No, not you, me. Say I'm a basketball player, right? Oh, basketball player. No, not. It's up to you for interpretation, whether it's professionally or whatever. But let's say I play basketball, right? And not only am I a basketball player, I also live in Canada, which, as you know, is very, very cold and very, very snowy and very, very cold. So, right, picture me this. It's I leave one of my basketballs outside, right? And the weather is pretty humid, right? And it's just like normal temperature, so it just kind of stays there normally. But then, picture me this, right? The temperature drops suddenly. Suddenly it's snowing. I mean, it's Canada. It's not very unusual for it to suddenly snow there. At least I don't think so. And it's suddenly snowing. The temperature dropped like quite a bit, like a significant amount. And you know what happens to the ball? You know what happens to the ball? The ball deflated. The ball deflated. And you know why? Now that we've got that out of the way, let's do sciencey things here now, right? So, temperature, right? Equals, in this scenario, the weather, which is, it is temperature, but yeah. And right, listen, the air inside that inflated ball, that inflated basketball, is volume, right? Air is gas. That's the volume of gas. Yeah. So let's just get into it. Charles' law, the two things in it are volume and temperature, right? So there's gonna be volume 1, temperature 1, volume 2, and temperature 2. So in my scenario, right, volume 1 and temperature 1 are the initial volume and temperature, the initial volume of the ball and the initial temperature in Canada. So let's say, right, here are the values. I can't think of any right now. I'll just post editing Ashley will do it for me. But now, here's the thing, right? They have weather forecasts there. So we also know the temperature that it dropped to. So that's gonna be T2, right? But now, we don't know what V2 is. How do we do that? We use this formula because, once again, we're looking for V2, and guess what, right? In Charles' law, right? Hold on, I forgot. Charles' law is directly proportional. So let's keep that in mind, right? It's directly proportional, which means that if one goes down, the other goes down as well, and if one goes up, the other goes up as well, which is basically means codependency. Yeah. So let's get on to post editing Ashley with the values, the actual givens, and she'll explain to you how it's meant to be solved. Take it away. This is my second take because I ran out of storage. So now I'm going to be continuing the calculating. Okay, so you already saw that those are the values, the given, whatever you want to call it. That's the formula. I showed that as well. It's V2 equals V1 T2 over T1. And but if you can tell, my my given for temperatures are in Celsius, but you can't have in Charles' law. It has to be Kelvin, so I had to convert it to Kelvin, and that is what we got. Don't look at that part yet. We're not there yet. So T1 is that, and T2 is that. I'm too lazy to read that out loud. You can read it on your own. And then here's the actual solution solving. So we're gonna substitute. So V1 5 liters, and T2, which is that one, that Kelvin number, and then over T1, which is that one. So you put that, and then you first multiply the ones in the numerator, and you get that. And then divide it. Then you get that, which is a really long number. So as Sir always says, as you always say, wait, you're the only one. Sir, you're the only one watching this. As you always say, round it off to the second, to the 10th place. I did that, and we got 4.52 liters, which is the V2, which is the volume of the ball of the basketball in Canada. And that's it. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your time. This might seem very scuffed, but I assure you this has been planned very thoroughly for weeks. I swear. That's it. Bye.